All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to Love Yourself First Oracle. I deliver daily oracles for each zodiac sign. Not too long, not too dry. I just miss help you get through the day, the night, the evening, the weekend, whenever it is that you hear my channel. Grand Rising, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for viewing my channel. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button. Thank you for those who just subscribed. Thank you for those who has been my A1 day one. Thank you for those who watch and haven't subscribed. And thank you for those who has unfollowed and still watching. You know, like I say all the time, or like other people have told you, or like the elderly people have told you, baby, you can be led to the water, but can't nobody make you drink it. People can tell you what it is that you need to know, but it's up to you at the end of the day to make the decision on your own. Can't nobody force you or can't nobody make you do it. It's up to you at the end of the day. Self-love and self-care is not selfish when you point to everybody else. Ain't nobody gonna take care of you better than you. You better get yourself together and make you a priority and make people start showing up for you just as much as you show up for them. If you out here giving out 80 or 90% and you're only receiving 20, 30, 40, or 50% of that, then what are you doing? Exactly. You're giving yourself too much and you're accepting the bare minimum. We need you to get it together. In order to attract what it is that you want to attract out of life, baby, you got to go within and do the healing. Because how can you bring in new when you're holding on to the old? When you're holding on to past hurt? When you're holding on to past trauma? When you're holding on to past relationship issues? When you're holding on to trust it? You got to release it. Acknowledge it. Cry about it. Yell about it. Do what you got to do, but release it. So you can bring in new. Okay? So like I say over here on my channel, we make sure we focus on ourselves. We're going to always start off with self-care message. Why? Because what's the name of the channel? Love yourself first, baby. Put yourself first. Make you a priority. And then we're going to get into the Divine Guidance Oracle deck as far as what you need to know for the beginning of April. For the beginning of April, what it is that you need to be doing. How can you better yourself as far as whatever you're trying to get accomplished? Because you had January, February, March since 2025 came in. And if you ain't did nothing by now, why are you slacking? Why are you slacking on you, but you showing up for everybody else? Stop doing that. Come on now. You be like, oh, I ain't got no support. Oh, I ain't got this. You don't need that. Be your own biggest support. Be your own biggest ruler. Show up for you. Okay? So let's see what zodiac sign is up next. Scorpio. All right, Scorpios, in through the nose, out through the mouth, baby. Okay. Get some of this hot tea, baby. I got peppermint tea today. All right, Scorpio, let's get into y'all mess will not be long today, y'all. It will not be long today. Shouldn't be no more than 17 minutes. I can't even see the time up there, so hey. I know it's not gonna be long. All right, Scorpio, let's see what y'all got going on with y'all self-care message. Okay. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe button, please. All right, Scorpios. It says change a bad habit, kill a bad habit, drinking, overeating, overanalyzing, overthinking, overdoing anything. Anything that's not serving you. We need you to cut off a bad habit, baby. Only you know at the end of the day. Only you in your own shoes. Overgiving, Over being there for people when they giving you the bare minimum, only you know. It's time for you to cut a bad habit. Scorpio single. Scorpio singles, it's time for you to validate your past. You did the best you could. Feel and empathize with your past, not judge it. It was a lesson. It was something you were supposed to go through in order to lead you or take you down a path as far as a different route. But you got to see what the lesson is. You got to see what it was that you were supposed to be learning out of it. So when that test come back around, you're able to pass it. You did the best you could. Feel and empathize with it. But don't judge it. Things happen for a reason. You got to figure out why did things happen the way it happened and how can you learn what you need to learn out of it, okay? So just depending on your past, whatever might be, as far as whatever it is that you might be looking back on, as far as whatever it is that you might be thinking about. Empathize with it. Don't judge it. It happened for a reason. Everything has a higher purpose. But in your situation, you just got to figure out what was the lesson you were supposed to get out of it. Scorpio's in Okay, Scorpio's in relationship. You got obstacles that you're overcoming, telling you to get back on your feet, gain strength from difficult situations. Whatever might be going on, gain strength. Gain strength. Figure out what it is that you need to be learning in order for you not to repeat that cycle no more. Okay, figure out whatever it is that you need to be learning. Obstacles that you're overcoming. Figure out what you need to do in order for you not to be back in that same situation again. Figure it out. Overcome these obstacles. Get back on your feet. Scorpios in a marriage or a long-term committed relationship, y'all need to take a vacation. Take time to escape all your everyday life obligations and recharge yourself. So, baby, you've been working hard, and it's time for you to. I need some me time. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. So they say you need some me time, baby. It's time for you to take a vacation. You've been working hard now. You've been working hard, and your bad habit might just be because it said change a bad habit. Not taking the proper rest when you need to take that proper rest. Not taking a proper vacation when you need to take that proper vacation because you have been working hard. Not showing up for you how you need to show up for you. Okay? All right, y'all. So the message won't be long today, like I said. Let's see what self-care message you got. Well, not self-care. We just did self-care. Let's see what message we got. Divine Oracle. Let's do we have for the Scorpios, singles. missed the room. All right, so Scorpios as a collective is telling y'all to release grudges, wounds, and pent up feelings through healthy activities. So, like I was saying at the beginning, in order for you to attract what it is that you need to attract, you gotta release things that no longer serve you. People, anything that no longer serve you as far as changing bad habits. So, Scorpios, um, like I told you, you did the best you could as far as with your past. Do not judge it. Okay? At this time, it's time for you to rest. Listen to your body, mentally and physically unwind. It's time for you to rest, okay? Know that happiness comes from within you. You don't have to have people around. You don't have to do none of that. You are in control of your happiness. Love yourself first, baby. Change a bad habit as far as how you might view things, how you might look at things, how you might think of things, as far as when it comes down to your past experience or as far as right now in this present moment. You're in control of your happiness. You shouldn't have to have nobody come in to make you happy. And when you should be able to pour into your own self and make sure you're able to put a smile on your face because it's just you. Okay? The divine is going to provide you with a soulmate when you are ready, but you got to stay dedicated to, guess what? Loving you, showing up for you, making sure you are taking care of you, making sure you are setting healthier boundaries with people or certain things. You got to know when to put your walls up and when to let your walls down. You got to know when it's time to change bad habits, when it's time for you to start doing what you need to do for yourself. It's time for you to rest, okay? Get this rest. Gather yourself as far as whatever you might be dealing with. Gather yourself. Pull yourself together mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that. Change some of these bad habits that you got as far as it could be just study reflecting on the past. Study probably thinking about a situation or something with somebody else. They say if you love something, you gotta let it go. Okay? If it come back, then it meant more. If it don't, then it was something you was supposed to get out of there. The divine gonna provide you and God gonna provide you with love when you are ready. But first, you got to love yourself first. First, you got to start taking care of you first. First, you got to be dedicated to the goals. Be dedicated to your goals. Be dedicated to showing up for you. Be dedicated to doing things that you need to do for yourself. Making sure you're standing firm on things when it comes down to you. Making sure you are standing firm on things when it comes down to your boundaries. Okay, so for the month of the beginning of April, let's work on loving you. Let's work on pouring into your own cup. Let's work on making sure you show up for you how you show up for other people. Let's make sure you're setting boundaries. Let's make sure if you say something, mean what you say and stand on it. But get this rest and know that when you start loving on you, when you start releasing bad habits and no longer entertaining foolishness when it comes down to people who not willing to give you what it is that you're looking for, then everything gonna come in for you. Okay? So for those who are in a relationship, overcome an obstacle. Get back on your feet, gain strength from difficult situations. Okay? So at this time, like I say, figuring out how not to be back in a situation like this. You gotta start using your wisdom. You got the wisdom, you got the experience to know how to handle situations, but you gotta start using it. Okay, you gotta start using it as far as so you won't be put back in certain predicaments, in certain situations. You do have a passionate connection where y'all share the same vision and the same values. And also, you gotta make sure you keep your thoughts on track. Law of attraction, thoughts become things. So you gotta make sure that your thoughts are being positive because what you think is what you are manifesting. So if you see just obstacles, roadblocks, and all this and all that, guess what? That's what you manifesting. Gain control over your thoughts. Gain control of how you look at things. Gain control. You got the wisdom, you got the knowledge, you got the experience. You know how to get everything under control when it comes down to your thoughts, when it comes down to how you move, when it comes down to the things that you are doing. You got the experience, you got the knowledge. So put it to use. Just because, it might be something somebody else might not agree with, but if you have went through the experience, you have dealt with it, and they don't agree with it, okay, we can agree to disagree. But I know this is what's going to keep us from being in this situation again, or going to keep us from study have to go through these obstacles and these hoops, and then 1 minute we up, and then 1 minute we down, and all this. Use your wisdom, use your experience, use what you have been through or dealt with, so you can stop going through certain obstacles. Okay, those are in a marriage or a long-term committed relationship. It is telling you that, like I said, take a vacation. Baby, right now you're juggling too many things at once. Find time for yourself. Find time for you. And don't be afraid to fail. Follow what makes your heart happy. Whatever you're doing, if your heart is happy and it makes you happy, then do that. But don't be afraid to fail. Because guess what? If you fail, you're able to correct it. You're able to go make it up. You're able to, you know, do something different. So don't be afraid to fail because those are lessons, those are experiences, those are the things that we need in order to grow. But you also need to give up something now for a future reward. So what are you willing to give up? It says when it comes down to changing a bad habit. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to leave behind? What are you willing to just stop doing so you can get this reward? All right, so like I say, let's start showing up for us. All right, let's start showing up for you. Start doing what you need to do for you. Change that bad habit. Set boundaries for yourself. Know that you are in control of your happiness. Know that the Lord gonna bring in, or the divine gonna bring in the soulmate when you start pouring into your own cup and setting healthy boundaries when it's time to be set. Staying dedicated to the goals and making sure you're getting the rest. And also using your wisdom when it comes down to these experiences or these obstacles that you be going through. Okay, not everything's gonna be agreeable, okay? But sometimes we agree to disagree. But watch your thoughts. Watch your thoughts. And also find that balance, okay? You're juggling too much, find that balance. Stay dedicated to your passion and don't be afraid to fail because people make mistakes, failure happens, but you're able to get back up and try it again. But you do gotta change a bad habit in order to get whatever it is you're trying to get as far as a future reward, okay? So Scorpio, this y'all message. I do hope y'all enjoy it. Make sure y'all hit the like and the subscribe button.